Everybody loves somebody sometime.
Writing the music and hearing the music on the CD is one thing.
Oh, it's great. It's great. I am just really honored to be a part of it. It's very inspired music. So as a percussionist or a drummer, it's just a lot of fun.
But when you see it live, when you see Daya singing the song live, it really brings the whole thing to life. I have always loved music. When I was around 9 or 10 and I started playing music, I thought, well, music is much more alive for me than art. In the mid-'80s, I started writing instrumental music, and I was always attracted to instrumental music, partly because I'm not a wordsmith, I'm not a songwriter. Get that hi-hat going, that's kind of driving the whole thing. Okay. And the whole thing, the energy never really dips down too much. So, and I play several instruments, so it was fun for me to have the software to be able to play the guitar and then layer another guitar and then play the cello and play the bass and play the keyboard and, you know, put all these sounds together.
This is the first time that we've performed the music that I sang with John. And it was really the first proper concert that certainly I've ever done. And I've, friends of mine have had gigs and invited me up on stage and I'll sing and muck around, but it's never with that intention of actually the rehearsals and the proper planning and everything that went into it, and an audience that's coming to hear you perform. And that really, again, means a lot. It's like if people are coming, especially to see you, it's a real compliment, firstly, and you obviously want to make the best show you can for them, thus the pressure. So I remember John said, we've got to make this a really good show. We've got to make this really good. And it's like, yeah, it will be. And then you start to think about it, internalize and go, oh God, yeah, we've got to do this really well. So it's a lot of self-imposed pressure, I think, but from a very good place of wanting to have a great product, put on a great show for people who are coming to see you.
The first thing we had to think about was, because we layered Daya's voice so many times, we had to get some singers together and just see what it would sound like to have other singers sing some of those parts. I mean, the CDs, the arrangements in the CDs are very complicated, so even with the 14 musicians that we ended up using in the concert, we still had to find the essence of each piece. One of the big elements of that was finding the right percussionist and drummer. The flute player, Richard Hardy, who plays the flute on all my CDs, a beautiful flute player, he had a couple of musicians that he recommended. One was the drummer that we used, Victor Bassetti, who had played drums with Los Lobos. Fusby, our guitarist extraordinaire and keyboard player.
Everything extraordinaire.
that played with us also. He recommended a percussionist that he had met and had played with, Ricardo Hambra. And Ricardo ended up being just the guy for us. The thing that was important was just they were not only both great musicians, but they both really got into the feeling of the music, because the music that we were performing has a lot of heart element to it and a lot of, there's a depth to it, and they really picked up on it and really enjoyed it. Well, I've known Daya since she was 7. I used to go to her house and teach her piano lessons, and she was always a really good singer. She, from a very young age, she had a beautiful voice and a beautiful vibrato. When I started getting interested in writing music and writing instrumental music, I would write the music, and then I started thinking, well, this would sound really nice with some female vocals in there. I thought, well, Daya can sing the vocal parts. So she'd come into the studio and we'd layer her voice.
So much fun.
Yeah, it was really fun. And we'd do a part, say, oh, let's put some more on, and we'd just add layers and layers and layers and get this beautiful sound. And then every CD that I made, I would always ask Daya to come and sing.
I'd look forward to the day. I'll get so excited. Come on, John, make some more music.
Usually I'll just write a piece as an instrumental, and then I'll be listening to it and I'll think, it'd be really nice for Daya to sing something there. So I'll think of something and put something together.
I started singing before I can remember, apparently. Since I was a very young child, my mom said she'd be carrying me around and I'd be oohing and awing. And when John came to give me piano lessons, I managed to talk him out of the piano lessons into playing the piano and having me sing, letting me sing. Anyway, I thought that was very clever because I didn't have to learn how to read the music and do all that stuff. And you went for it, hook, line, and sinker,
sure.
which is awesome. So John is actually a really big part and component. I don't even know if you know this, I think I told you this, but you were actually a huge component in me finding my own voice. And for years, there was a lot of people who were like, oh, you should take singing lessons, you should do this. And my dad was like, no. And he was another huge component. And that's your voice. If you go sing like somebody else or learn how to sing from somebody else, you're going to have a cookie cutter stamp put on you and you're going to lose your own voice. So I thought, well, I don't want to do that. And then John backed that up by saying, no, find your voice. And it's been a process that's been going on for me, I'd say, most of my life.
You can just hold the B flat when my hands start. I mean, just start, hold the chord.
Another thing that touched me very deeply was hearing Prem Rawat speak. And I've been listening to him speak for many, many years. And sometimes he would say a phrase that was very poetic, and I thought that would be a really nice song lyric. That's how the song Find the Miracle came about, how the song Never Ending came about, and the same with River of Breath. And then I took all those phrases and kind of, shaped them into a song lyric, and that was...
You are a wordsmith.
So over the years, we recorded all this music, but we had never performed it anywhere. So, and so we first announced it. People were very, very excited that we were going to be finally performing live. Well, as the concert approached, there was always that mixture of, is it gonna come together? I had just seen there were so many magical things that were working, and it really started to get exciting. Marcel Ajibi, our African friend and singer and co-songwriter, lives in Texas, and he was in town for those weeks, so he was able to rehearse with us, and he also helped out with the percussion. So it started to come together with the rehearsals, and then we got ready for the concert. For the track we wanted to start the concert with, Find the Miracle, we needed a trumpet. In fact, when Ricardo and Victor, our two percussionists, came, I thought, these guys are just great. Mm-hmm. And then I thought, well, I haven't met the trumpet player. And when he came, I thought, well, is he going to be good? I have never met him. I haven't even heard him play. And but then I thought, it's worked out beautifully with everyone else. Why should all of a sudden the magic stop happening with the trumpet player? And sure enough, he walked in. It was like an angel walked into my life. Yeah. This guy who just started playing the trumpet, and beautiful.
Your song just perfectly.
A beautiful heart, beautiful soul. Captured the soul of the music.
To actually pull together a concert like that, not knowing who our two percussionists were until the nth hour, was quite nerve-wracking, and John did an absolutely amazing job, because both of us, a lot of the music that we had done through the years, John wrote and recorded in your studio, and then I went into a different studio and sang to it, and that's how we were able to layer my voice so many times, just track after track after track. But if you mess up, no big deal. You just scrap that one, re-record it, or fix it, pitch correct, all that stuff. But for John to actually have pulled all those musicians together and kept tabs on, I mean, musicians notoriously are not easy to keep tabs on, are they? But you did an amazing job of pulling everybody together, making everybody feel comfortable, feel happy about it, excited to do it. And I think everybody was just genuinely excited. I was.
Did 2 performances. The Friday night was a little bit more of an informal affair. We did a little meet and greet before the concert. We did it, it was a little bit more intimate, but it was a lot of fun. The crowd really enjoyed it.
To be fair, it was our rehearsal, is really what it was, because, you know, it was meant to be more intimate, fewer tickets, you know, talk to the people a bit more, but we didn't have the time in the hall to get set up properly, so it really ended up being our sound check, our rehearsal, our dress rehearsal. It was everything all in one. So I think the people who came that night got to see a bit more of the behind the scenes things than we necessarily wanted them to see, but that's the way it turned out.
After the Friday night concert, I had this great feeling. I knew that there were things we wanted to improve, performance-wise and technical-wise, for Saturday. But a great feeling in the Friday night concert. And then I thought, wow, this concert happened exactly how I had imagined. That, yeah, there would be problems, but we would just laugh them off. We would have it fun, intimate, and everything. I thought, wow, the dream really manifested exactly, you know, kind of how I had envisioned it. And then I thought, I don't have a vision for the Saturday concert. I don't know what to expect for the Saturday concert. I just hadn't thought that far. And Daya walked into the dressing room, and I was like this on the counter, just all by myself in the dressing room, just with my head on the counter. I was really just trying to relax a little bit, just be relaxed. But it must have looked funny. And she walked in, and we just chatted a little bit, and then just went out, and this beautiful magic happened. I didn't know what to expect. I felt like I was so focused on making sure that everyone was relaxed and comfortable that I felt completely relaxed, and it was, I felt like everything was in good hands. It was all happening very beautifully.
We did some more shooting and rehearsing on the Saturday, and then by Saturday night, the house was fuller. The lights are up. It was a different feeling, and just having that many more people in the audience, it revved, I know for me, it revved me up, and it was like, yeah, let's put on a fantastic show.
Yeah, and the audience was just great. But I really wanted the audience to feel that we're all just human beings here.
John and Daya, roll 1, scene 1, take 1. Do that again. Sure. One more time.
Rusty.
I used to sit next to you on the piano stool and just like, Joe, you have a really long hair coming out of your ear. It's like, thanks.
For the last 20 years, I've been doing music therapy. I'm a certified music therapist, and I work with handicapped people. Music has this ability to unify people and just tie people together, and it really has this beautiful healing quality. Through doing music therapy, I really have been able to see that music transcends everything. It transcends your intellectual capability, your physical capabilities, and it touches everyone. And I really felt connected to that when we were doing the concert. I felt that, this is something that connects people and can really, can just touch people. It was just such a great experience. The whole doing the concerts was just a fantastic experience. Looking at the footage, I felt, well, this was a magical evening, a magical moment in time that thankfully was captured. I really think that people are going to enjoy it and
I hope so.
and enjoy it. I enjoy watching it, but I just really think that it's something that people can really get and feel something from.
And take 3. Wait.
I'm Daya, and I hope you
can't
enjoy
do
watching
it.
these outtakes.
I'm Daya, and oh, that's right.
Oh wait, no. What? I'm John Adorney.
We are,
You're Hans, and I'm Franz. Okay.
and we're here to pump you up.